With the 12th pick of the first round, Tampa Bay selects defensive tackle, University of Miami, Warren Sapp. New Orleans is now on the clock.
Well, let me say this, Joe. When it's all said and done about 4 or 5 years from now, all the defensive players that are going this draft, I'll put my money on Warren Sapp being the best player in the NFL.
Warren Carlos Sapp was born on December 19, 1972, in Plymouth, Florida, an unincorporated area in Orange County and part of Greater Orlando. Son of Annie Roberts, Warren Sapp grew up on a dirt road with him and his older siblings squeezing into a one-bedroom, yellow and white wooden frame home on what's now called Warren Sapp Drive. His mother raised them by herself and worked night and day, up to 4 jobs to provide for her family, from cleaning houses to working at a local nursery and restaurant. The family never had much, but Sapp, the youngest of 6 kids, made the most of it. He'd play marbles, gig for bullfrogs, and catch catfish. His love for fishing is a true passion and something that hasn't gone away. Before Warren Sapp was a first-round NFL draft pick for Miami Hurricane, he was a 225-pound tight end for the Blue Darters of Apopka High School in Central Florida. It's hard to believe, but Sapp was better known for his soft hands and ability to catch passes than terrorizing quarterbacks. As a young child, he'd battle in the backyard or a nearby dirt field they called the Dust Bowl with his older brothers, Arnell and Parnell, who both were running backs.
But right now what you're looking at was my Super Bowl. This is the greatest field I knew right here, where me and my brothers played right here. That was my cathedral, you know, my yard, and whenever they got off from work, I'd attack them at the door. I'm gonna get me a win.
At Apopka, Warren Sapp was coached by Chip Gerke, who told the Tampa Bay Times that many people didn't think Warren Sapp would make it as a football player. Sapp's first organized football experience came in junior high. Teammate James McKnight said they both were bench warmers who would pour out the Gatorade bucket and roll around in the mud after games to look like they played. But Sapp rarely sat on the sidelines at Apopka High School. In fact, he never came off the field. Not only did he play tight end, but he was also a linebacker on defense and a punter. John Peary, longtime editor at the Apopka Chief newspaper, says Sapp's athleticism was special. Sapp could dunk a basketball and lead fast breaks on dazzling dribbles, with Peary comparing him to Charles Barkley. People don't realize Warren Sapp was an All-American tight end, said former longtime major leaguer John Damon, who played high school football against Sapp while at Orlando Dr. Phillips. He was a beast.
So a lot of people don't know, but you played football in high school. You took a huge hit from Warren Sapp, a former professional athlete and Hall of Famer, and it gave you a huge concussion. First of all, do you recall the play or moments after?
Of course I don't. He rang my bell, so I was just trying to get ready to stay on the field. Fortunately, there was a long enough time out, but it wasn't quite the bell rung that I had in the 2003 playoffs. But yeah, Warren's a big boy. A big reason why I just really didn't feel like playing football anymore. It's like I didn't want to be hurt every day after practice.
Right. What position did you play?
I was playing free safety on the varsity team, and I wasn't a great tackler. I was fast, and the coaches just thought I can go a long ways as a free safety, but I was like, I'm playing baseball.
Yeah.
Sapp's trademark stubbornness, however, nearly derailed his promising football career. During one game at Apopka, Sapp was so upset about the amount of run plays called, he took his pads off on the sidelines and left the stadium.
I said, listen, you run that ball 3 more times, and I'm coming off this field. Oh, yeah? He ran it 3 more times. I came from about right there. got right here to his face, took my pads off and slammed him right here on the ground. Boom. Stands are full. You hear me? Full. I go, plah, and walk right off the field. Then go inside, get my clothing, and go right out the damn stadium. That could have been the last football story I could have ever been telling you in my life. What an idiot I was.
I'm not going to allow a kid to fail, and I'm not going to allow one episode to let him fail, regardless of what anybody thinks. It might not be anybody else's coaching philosophy to do that, but it's been mine my entire career.
No other coach would have let me do what I did and take you back. If it wasn't him and it wasn't my family with my mom and my brother and our history with him, nah.
It's pretty neat, the fact that from that point that we had the incident, that it was him that saw the light. You know, I provided the opportunity, but he took advantage of it.
It takes little mistakes like that and people giving you a second chance to have your life roll out in front of you. And I'm glad I can stand here today.
He finally realized that football was his ticket. And just maybe as important was that he wanted to go to college and get an education.
I gotta get out of here. This is my shot. And I was grabbing
Warren
it.
Sapp had offers from Florida, Florida State, Ohio State, and one of the recruiters from Miami, he said, "What do you think, Coach?" And I said, I know he's got it at a high level. I said, there's just not many kids that are this big, this agile, this much balance, this much athleticism. And he agreed.
Dennis Erickson wanted me. That was the thing. That man, Dennis Erickson, drove to my home and asked me to become a Miami Hurricane. There was nowhere in hell I wasn't going.
The other colleges never did mention education. And the lady was named Anna. She said, "Miss Sapp said you don't have to worry about Warren's grade, because if he don't come up to par, I will personally let you know." And that sold me right then.
Warren Sapp chose to attend the University of Miami over Florida State, a decision made the morning of signing day. When he arrived in Coral Gables in the fall of 1991, his goal was to play as a true freshman and lead the team in receiving. He achieved neither. Instead, he was redshirted and didn't play in a single game. While the Canes were on their way to an undefeated season and a fourth national championship, Sapp took his lumps in practice while playing on the scout team. His weight ballooned from 235 pounds as a freshman to 300 pounds his second year. It appears Sapp was destined to be a career backup tight end.
Sapp.
Bob Karmelowitz comes to me and says, "Son, I'm gonna need you to try defensive tackle." I said, "You crazy? I never put my hand in the dirt. I don't know what y'all doing out there. The only time I do is help my tackle with the little end with a hand push and go seal the linebacker. That's all I know about the D-line. I push the end over and I go get the guy." He said, "Yeah, and you good at it. I want to see, can you stop somebody from pushing you over in the 3 technique?" I'm like, "What? Get away from my face." He said, "Son, you want to come down. I've seen you move. You'll be great."
Meanwhile, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whose college nickname was Dewey, was a defensive lineman as a freshman in 1991 and nearly started that year. Things looked promising for Johnson's sophomore year. That was until Warren Sapp came and took his job.
Dwayne Johnson, and I don't know if people know this, the Dwayne Johnson we're talking about is the Dwayne Johnson you think we're talking about, The Rock. He said Warren Sapp is the reason that I'm in acting.
Stop that.
What type of player was he?
On a scale of 1 to 10, he was a 6. And I was an 8 in college. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's 2 steps down. I mean, he was an adequate player, but he wasn't going to make that play for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, he wasn't going to dominate a game, wasn't going to take it over, but he'd be good enough for you to, not lose the game for you.
Right.
I put it in that terms.
So what's it like to be on a field, I played, I went to a small college and I'm the dominant guy. And so I know every day I'm the best player out there. But you go out there and then you see all these other 5-star recruits and you see all these other guys that's going to be future first-round picks. Some of them going to be Hall of Famers. What is practice like?
Oh, my God.
Because, back then, practice was we thudding up. We put people on the ground. Ain't no
no. We hit. They gotta call us off. You crazy? No taking them to the ground. We got a good thud, but don't take them to the ground. You crazy? Dog, in college, it was a dog-eat-dog world on Green Tree practice field. We go out there, man, and just obliterate each other. I mean, Rohan Marley, Ray, they loved to hit. And then C.J. Richardson was in the back, my safety. Dog, you would get lit up.
Because you know what, Sapp, and I tell people, it wasn't a thought about, well, I don't need to hurt him because we got a game to play. Nah, bro, it is what it is.
Hey, we playing this game, dog. You better protect yourself. That's why it was called Bang 8. As soon as it was a bang, get big, because you're going to get hit regardless if you catch it or not.
When you're in college and you're playing with Dwayne Johnson, did you know he would turn out to be what he became? Did he have that kind of personality? Did he have that kind of charisma?
Listen, he did, but he kept it hidden. He's the type of guy that you'd let your sister date. I mean, real good guy, real charismatic. But the thing about him was, we always used to say it to him, like, dude, if this football thing don't work out, you're going to go wrestling. He'd be like, you damn right. And I mean, Rocky Johnson was his daddy, and the Flying Snooker Brothers was his uncles. So it was in his blood. He just took all those sayings. That was Ed Ogeron, that candy ass and shoving it sideways. Oh, my God. That's what Ed Ogeron used to talk to us if we had a bad practice or a bad game. That's how he used to talk to us, just like that. So when I first saw it, because Brooks is the wrestling fan.
Right.
Brooks like, you got to see this out. I'm like, what, man? You done took over the TV, got Tony Dungy to make me late to the room. I was going to watch something else on the TV tonight, man. No, you got to watch this. So, you got to wait the whole hour till you get to the main event.
Right.
So I didn't do it a whole 40 minutes of wrestling at 29 years old. I want to kill Brooks at this point, right? Come on, man. I could have been watching.
You're talking about Derrick Brooks.
Derrick Brooks, number 55 in your program, number 942 in your heart when it's wrestling time, because he's going to watch it. And all of a sudden, the smoke, the lights, everything sets off, and oh my God, my mouth hit the floor, dog. My mouth hit the floor. I was watching my teammate, and he was no longer the guy that was behind me. He was up front and center. The stage was his, and he was giving it to him. I fell in love with it. I said, you know what, dog? We can watch The Rock on Thursday nights in here now. You know what I'm saying? I just won't watch the other 40 minutes of it. I'll just watch the 10 minutes of him. And then
when he coming on at the end.
Oh, when he coming on, it's about to be over. So I can deal with that.
In the fall of 1992, Sapp switched positions and was a natural and quickly became a force along the Hurricane defensive line. He would also switch jersey numbers from 84 to 76, which was Mark Caesar's old number. Caesar wanted to wear 99 as a tribute to former Hurricane great Jerome Brown, who was killed in a car crash just a few months earlier, a number Warren Sapp would also eventually wear for the same reason.
When Warren says, let me tell you something, Lil Brown. You know that Jerome, your brother, was my idol? I said, really? Then he says, do you know why I have 99? Because he was my idol.
By 1994, as a junior, Warren Sapp was the best defensive lineman in college football. He was so dominant, Miami head coach Dennis Erickson would remove him from practice early because he was destroying the offensive line. In 1994, Warren Sapp won the Bronco Nagurski Trophy for Best Defensive Player, the Lombardi Award for Best Lineman or Linebacker, and the Bill Willis Award for Best Defensive Lineman. As a junior at Miami, he had 84 tackles and led the Hurricanes in sacks with 10.5. He caused 4 fumbles and had 25 quarterback pressures. He also finished 6th in Heisman Trophy voting that year and was a finalist for the Outland Trophy. Other awards that Warren Sapp received include 2-time first team All-Big East in 1993 and 1994, second team All-American in 1993, unanimous All-American in 1994, Big East Defensive Player of the Year in 1994.
From their own 36. 1st and 10 for Rutgers. Lucas on play action, smashed as he threw the football, incomplete for Brantley.
As you see Lucas stepping up to throw the football, and wham! That has to hurt.
He played 3 seasons at the University of Miami, foregoing his senior season to enter the NFL draft. In his college career as a Hurricane, he recorded 176 tackles, 19.5 sacks, and many forced fumbles and quarterback hurries. Warren Sapp was drafted by the Buccaneers in the 1st round, 12th overall, of the 1995 NFL Draft. He played 9 years with Tampa Bay, appearing in 140 games and starting 130, while also starting each of his 9 postseason contests. Prior to drafting Sapp, the Buccaneers had suffered through 12 consecutive losing seasons. By his 3rd year, Tampa Bay was appearing in the postseason, and over the next 7 years, the team never had a losing record, made the playoffs 6 times, and won Super Bowl 37. Sapp's career was headlined by his incredible passion, overwhelming talent, and legendary personality. He led the Tampa Bay defense with intense devotion and leadership, and his fervor was evident to everyone who watched him play.
We weren't going to blitz a lot and take a lot of chances. We were going to get our pressure by rushing 4 guys and having 7 defenders, the linebackers and the defensive backs running free to make tackles. It was all based on defensive line, stopping the run game, and creating pressure on the quarterback. So it was a lineman's dream in a lot of ways because you got a lot of freedom, but along with it came a lot of responsibility.
We used to call ourselves piranhas, and then we call ourselves on the defensive line with mongrels. And I was gangers. So we're gonna kick a hole in your great wall, kick your ass, and leave one to tell a story, and that's the film. I mean, we prided ourselves on that.
In 2001, that season, just felt we wasn't reaching our potential on one side of the football. For a greater coach, as Coach Dungy was and is, change was needed.
We love you, Sam. We love you. We love you. We love you.
One of the reasons I wanted to come down here is I wanted to join forces with Sapp. You know, I wanted to jump in the saddle with Warren Sapp. My first impression was this guy's going to be fun to coach.
Could you make this slob dude walk through today? He can do walk through. You been at Club Med all month, you bastard. Damn, put in something for them checks you getting.
He kept bringing it every day. He'd walk in and complain about my shirt or complain about my projector. He made me laugh, man.
Hey, Jorge, hit it for him. Give me 2 peanut enchiladas.
Sometimes I dream that he is me, so I could retire from this game I play.
I should have used the bathroom before I came out here. Ooh.
He was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful individual to work with. I loved him.
An integral cog in one of the league's top defenses of the late 1990s and early 2000s, Sapp helped lead the 2002 Buccaneers under new head coach John Gruden to a world championship in Super Bowl 37.
It is Tampa Bay versus the Oakland Raiders.
Here we go, 9-9.
Somebody done sketching. Somebody done sketching. There was no question in our mind that we were going to get this thing done. I mean, I had 2 Magnum bottles of champagne ready to go. So we go to putting our clothes in plastics. We gonna spray the locker room. We gonna wet this thing up when we get back up in here.
Keep your mind on the prize. Let's go. Keep your mind on the prize.
Dropping Gannon, looking Gannon. Those up the middle. It's intercepted at the 40. Derek Brooks 30. Brooks to the 25. Derek Brooks all the way. There it is. The dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, baby!
You mentioned, rest his soul, Sam White drafted you, but Tony Dungy comes in.
Ooh.
Tell me the impact that Tony had not only on Tampa, but on you.
I was at the Super Bowl with John Randall and Derek Thomas, God bless his soul. We doing the lineman challenge down in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody came up to me and was like, oh, you got the man, you got the man. I'm like, oh, Tony Dungy, man, And you know, I'm a young player. I don't know who Tony Dungy was in Kansas City with Neil Smith and Derek Thomas doing all that. You know, I went to Minnesota, and him and Monty is, you know, rinsing this two thing together. I don't know that. I'm a young player just trying to get my feet wet, trying to, you know, not fall out the league in 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they telling me all this good stuff about Tony. So I got to go home. I got to go see this man. And he a brother. So, you know, I ain't never had no black coach in my life. You know, never. So I shoot back to Tampa. I walk in this thing. I'm plowing through the building. He meets me. I guess somebody told him I was somewhere coming in the building. He said, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. All right, come to my office. So we went round to his office. I sat in the coach's office. First time I ever sat in the coach's office looking at another brother. I'm like, boy, this feels good. I can't wait to tell my mama, you know what kind of man he is, you know?
Right.
Dog, he looks at me and he said, I want you to do the same thing you did at Miami. I said, whoa, coach. Do you know what that entails? He said, what does that entail? I said, that's trample the run on my way to the quarterback. He said, I like the way that sounds. And we never had another discussion about Warren Sapp play, dog. He turned me loose.
You do realize, I think the thing is that he envisioned you like the Steelers used Joe Green. They're going to put him at that under tackle, and they say, go hunt.
Dog, he told me and Brooks this after, you know, he got us both together. He said, you are Joe Green, and you are Jack Ham. Joe Green had 10 straight Pro Bowls, 4 World Championships, and 2 Defensive Players of the Year. That's what you're chasing. And then he read off Jack Ham to Brooks. Me and Brooks looked at each other and said, look like we got some work to do. I said, but it's going to be fun, Brooks. Hey, man, let's see what we got. If he's going to let us play and have the freedom that he says he's going to let me go, I'll play for this man any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
You start, they play your couple, you know, you got a defense named after, they call it Tampa 2. And you got a deep, and then you become an all-pro for 4 straight years. You make the playoffs. You win Defensive Player of the Year. What were some of the reasons you feel you weren't able to get over the hump with Coach Dungy?
I thought Coach was a little too nice. And the thing about Indianapolis, it gave him Peyton Manning, so Peyton Manning would drive the offense, and then he could come over and do what he did to us, turn us into a fine-tuned defense that understands the nuances in the situational football and the timeouts and all the little, you know, all the little things, that little pebble in your shoe that'll drive you crazy in a football game. He could teach that team that. But he really didn't demand what he demanded from this defense, from our offense. He asked them to just 3 yards and punt the ball and don't turn it over. That ain't what we needed. We needed some drive. Needed
somebody to hold them accountable. Hold on, Coach. Yeah. You hold them accountable. Hey, they get checks too.
Dog, Tony used to walk in the room and tell Marinelli, I expect 9 sacks this week. And I'd walk in there on Tuesday, Marinelli have his head down and be like, what's up, Coach? Man, I looked at the tape, man. I'm coming here. I'm gonna try not to get diabetes, eat all this cake this week. You know what I'm saying? I got some people I can take to the house. Coach expects 9 sacks. I'm like, 9? I said, wait. If I get 3, where the hell the other 6 coming from? This before Simeon, you know what I'm saying? They have Simeon there. Shit, where the hell the other 6 gonna come from? Come on, man. He didn't say 9, did he? Yeah, Warren, he said 9.
In 2005, Warren Sapp was inducted into the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame. He continued his career playing 4 seasons with the Oakland Raiders from 2004 through 2007 and retired having played 198 career games with 188 starts, recording career totals of 695 tackles, 96.5 sacks, 4 interceptions with 1 touchdown, 26 passes defensed, 20 forced fumbles, and 12 fumble recoveries.
My homeboys come in shaking. Hey, what? Rosenhaus on the phone. What does he want? Yeah. Al Davis is on the phone, and he said he's not getting off until you're an Oakland Raider.
It would have been great to see him finish his career in Tampa, but the Raiders were kind of fun, because the Raiders with Al Davis kind of had that bad boy image, if you will. And it just seemed like a good fit for him at that stage of his career.
One of the most cherished moments I have of the whole time I was a Raider is just sitting there with Mr. Davis just talking football. Everything about the man was great. Everything. Except his ability to pick a football team all by himself. They came out of the huddle. He had that little shimmy. I said, oh, shit, I know that look. I said, I know this play action pass. I know he going back to pass. I know that look in 1,001 years. Hey.
Jennings to the right, driver to the left, Barb takes, fakes the handoff.
Coolidge came off number 73 and he grabbed my ass. Brett Favre play action pad that thing, went back, had a cup of tea, put it up there, took a sip, went up over the top, launched.
Rainbow's right side going for Jennings, and he makes the catch, disengages at the 40. He will go all the way. Touchdown.
I said, yep, it's time for me to go home.
He told me in that game, this is going to be it. I think he still had some in the tank. He just needed someone to bring it out of him. He just needed the right environment, the right person to push those buttons, which would have been me.
I tried to talk him out of retiring, by the way. A number of times they said, Warren, this is a lot of money for you, and you're still a top-notch player. Are you sure you want to do this? And he told me, Drew, I do not want to play this game when I'm not at my best. I made an imprint on this game, and I don't want to tarnish that. He went out in his prime.
Who's the best quarterback that you played against?
Favre.
Why?
He was always there. He was always available. No matter what you did to him, no matter how you hit him, no matter what the score was, he wasn't going nowhere. I mean, every Sunday he's going to check in. Every play he's going to check in. Hit him good, he's going to look at you, slap you on the ass and say, good hit. I'm going back to the huddle. I mean, Reagan hit him one time. I thought he killed him. I mean, just took him off the map. Boom, boom. Fucking popped up and flipped the ball. Woo! I said, you've lost your damn mind. He's like, I think so. That's what he says to me going back to the huddle. I think so. Reagan looked at me. I said, don't even worry about it, dog. Let's just keep playing. We just got to keep playing.
Do you think
we can't knock him out? So
was it gamesmanship, or he just was like that?
That was just him. That was him. I always liken it to two country boys that lived across the street from each other and had 5 different friends that they like to go out and play, and they'll play all day long till the sun go down. You know what I'm talking about.
He was on that.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He earned numerous other accolades, including 7 Pro Bowl nods, 4 first-team All-Pro nominations, 2 second-team All-Pro nominations, NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors, and was twice named to the NFL All-Decade team. In each of his last 7 seasons with the Buccaneers, the team's defense ranked in the league's top 10.
Hello, folks. He played football with a passion. He walked the walk, and he certainly talked the talk. Warren Sapp redefined his position on the field, and come July, he will enter Pro Football's Hall of Fame. And then in November, he will become the 5th member of the Buccaneers Ring of Honor, and his jersey will be retired. Sapp was at $1 today for the official announcement, and so was Andrew Luria.
For a guy whose personality is about as big as they come.
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking like the bowl games that come through, the monster truck events, is that going to be on the wall?
Warren Sapp's name will shine as big as it ever has, inside a stadium where he's confident his name is already synonymous.
This man, John Clark, right here, was the first person that told me Raymond James was my house and it's the house that Sapp built. I just always think that was kind of crazy.
On November 11th, just 3 months after receiving Pro Football's most notable honor in Canton, Sapp will receive the Bucs' most notable honor as their newest member in the Ring of Honor, on football's most notable night of the week, no less.
During our November 11th game against the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football.
But with the Hall of Fame induction, then the Ring of Honor induction, it is fair to say that Sapp will never be forgotten for his time as a Buccaneer. But his number will also never be worn by another.
We will also be telling the world that no one else will ever wear the number 99 for this team ever again.
One of the most iconic players in franchise history, the first drafted in the Glazier era, Warren Sapp will now be the 5th to see his name in lights in the Ring of Honor, in the house that he and a whole lot of others helped build together. At $1 Place, I'm Andrew Luria, ABC Action News.
And I stand before you today, one humble, proud country boy from Plymouth, Florida. That's right, the dirt. That dirt road was something rough. It was sure turning into something special. Go to my mother, Annie Roberts. Ma, I love you. You were my rock, my everything. Watching you wake up every morning. And yeah, boy, go to school on your way out the door to work, and I might not see you for 2 more days because you was at work that much. I was gonna make sure I got myself to school and got everything right that you wanted to get done because I was gonna make you proud. And that was my whole goal, was to retire you.
It is truly a pleasure to be here tonight on the grand stage of Monday Night Football as we honor Warren Sapp, one of the greatest defensive linemen in NFL history. In addition to receiving his Hall of Fame ring tonight, Warren is also being presented with 2 of the highest honors a team can bestow upon a player. Warren made an indelible impact on the Buccaneer organization, and tonight we retire his iconic number 99 and welcome him as the newest member of our prestigious Ring of Honor. He was drafted in 1995, just a few short months after the Glazer family's purchase of our team. At that time, he was viewed as a young player with the potential to be a great one. By the end of his brilliant career, some 13 years later, number 99 had carved out a Hall of Fame legacy as one of the greatest players of all time. Warren's list of career accolades is as long as it is impressive. 7 Pro Bowl selections, 4 first-team All-Pro nominations, NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors, and 2 NFL All-Decade Team selections. Who viewed every game day as an opportunity to wreak havoc in the opposing team's backfield and impose his will on enemy quarterbacks. He played with a hunger to be great, and his larger-than-life personality simply added to his legacy as a champion. Warren, we are thrilled to declare that the number you made famous right here in this stadium shall never again be worn by a Buccaneer player. Along with the iconic number 63 of original Buccaneer Hall of Famer Leroy Selman. Tonight, Warren, you will also join in another select group of legendary Buccaneers in the Ring of Honor. That includes Leroy, John McKay, Jimmy Giles, and Paul Gruber. We thank you for all the memorable moments that you have provided the fans of Tampa Bay. We are proud to honor you tonight for your extraordinary career as a legendary Buccaneer. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the east side of the stadium as we unveil the newest member of the Buccaneers Ring of Honor, number 99.
My description and the depiction of work may be different from yours, because I think some of y'all thinking you working and you ain't working. What you think is work ain't work to us that's standing on this wall, because we understand what work is. You've seen a plethora of Hall of Fame guys come in here, and the commonality that we all share, Mr. Sapp, and that's why I'm gonna let you take it from here, is work. We wouldn't be in those gold jackets that we had that we didn't pay for if we didn't
work. So y'all know what the work is, right? When you work every day, you pouring concrete. Pouring concrete, now you have a foundation in which you can build a career off, you can You can do anything you want. But you gotta have a foundation. And that foundation is in work. I can't believe that they don't make y'all do two-a-days no more like we used to. I can't believe it. I mean, people look at me all the time, OG, well, how did you do it? We didn't have to like it, we just had to do it. There was no other choice. That's what we came and signed up for, right? Colorado football? Well, let's put in the damn work. Because now it's upon us. The summer's over, all of that foo-foo is over. They shooting real bullets in Dallas, I guarantee you. And they're gonna hurt. If you ain't putting no work, it's gonna tear your ass up. So don't be that guy. Don't be that group. Don't let it infect this room. Let's put it together, let's put the work, let's lay the foundation, and let's build something beautiful. Because it's gonna take every last one of us, you understand? Yes, sir. My fingers like this, you can break them. But when I ball them up, and I ball them up, and it's me and my 10 friends, now I got a weapon to fight with. You understand? Yes, sir. And you do that every day. O-line, D-line, you ain't no friends. Not when we working. We not friends, we working to go to the game to whoop somebody's ass. And the only way you do that is you whoop each other in the week. And then we come together when we put the color on and we won. And we going to get them then. Because I know you done work me and I done work you, but they ain't got nothing for us. Because we put in the work. And when you put in the work, it comes out in the pudding. I guarantee you. Because you got confidence. We got a foundation. Let's build a mansion.
He wants to invest in you. I don't know if you caught this when Prime was on this show on Friday. This is what he had to say. No, this is what he had to say when I brought up the subject of you and Irv being at the some practices. This is what he said. You think Sapp's going to be on your staff at some point, Dion?
I do. I really do. And I want him to be. I want him to be.
I love that. I can't
But
wait.
it's different. It's different, Rich. You know, you got guys like that. The only reason they won't go into coaching because of the time, allocated. I don't need all that. Like, I know him. I know what I need. You don't need to come here and sit around all day. Come in the morning. We practice at 9. We're on the field at 9. Get those kids ready in the morning meetings. Work your butt off on the field. After, watch film with them, go home. You're home by noon.
What do you think, Warren?
Hey, listen. What did I tell you I was going to do? Before we had this conversation, before I showed up at Boulder, before I went to Fort Worth with him to TCU, what did I tell you? I'm going to go get my degree, and I'm going to ask Prime for a spot on his staff. Did I not?
Yes.
I got my transcript. I'm starting the process, Rich.
Okay.
Them kids, you know what? For the first time in my life, I was loved on by some defensive linemen, and they wanted to know, like the keys to the vault. And I've never had somebody shake my pockets like that and ask for keys to the vault. I mean, Gerald McCoy did, but Gerald didn't shake my pockets. He asked for the keys to the vault, but he didn't shake my pockets. I had 5, 6 young men around me, Rich, that was basically ready to strip search me. Like, I know that there's a key in here somewhere that you gonna give me for this. And they willing to work. And they infected me. They really infected me. And I told Prime before I left, I said, I'm coming back. He said, I got a spot for you. I don't need you over here at 2 a.m. And when he told me that, then I knew I had an understanding with my head man.
Warren Carlos Sapp, you are one of one.
Sir.
So what, 2024 Colorado Buffalo staff? Is that your target date? Is that what that would be for you?
Yeah, I want to be there next year. I'm gonna get everything, the paperwork, and I'm gonna go to work. Because sitting on my couch watching tape, making Sapp in the lab, I'm gonna go Sapp in the class.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna go Sapp online. Sapp's gonna go get this degree, and then we're gonna go out and teach these kids these 5 steps to the quarterback. Because I know something about this game. When you have a quarterback like Shador, and if my D-liner go hunt the other quarterback, our chances of winning just went through the roof.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp graduated from Texas Seminary Christian University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Christian Sports Management in December 2023. In April of 2024, he joined CU's coaching staff as a graduate assistant and enrolled in graduate-level continuing education classes at the University of Colorado Boulder.
Another guy, I don't know if you know him or not, but he's all right. When he played, he's all right. He got a gold jacket, he ain't back. Talking so much junk. Matter of fact, I met this joker talking junk to me. That's how we met, talking junk to me. I ain't gonna tell you where we met at, but he can tell you that. Come on up here, big fella.
I'll definitely tell you where you met, but not here. Not here. So what we're gonna do is, big fellas, stay in alignment and assignment. That's where we're gonna start. We're gonna pour concrete because you know I like nice stuff, and we building mansions here. So that's why I'm here to help you build your mansion and foundation. Anything you need, come see me. I'm in 46 King.
Where we met at?
Say again?
Where we met at?
Coco's.
What is Coco's?
119th and 27th Avenue is an adult establishment for $5 a walk. That's all we know.
He was in college, right?
Yeah, I was leaving the University of Miami. He was there for the Super Bowl against the Chargers.
Yeah.
They on me.
Tell him what you said to me.
All right. We had a little discussion about something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So he on his way out the door, him, Ken Norton Jr., Ricky Jackson, some monsters now. You know, I ain't got none of my dogs with me, so I yell at everybody, I say, Tony Martin going deep. I think Tony Martin might have hated I ever said that to Deion. I love this man to death from the first time I saw him because he don't know I grew up watching him race Sammy Smith from my high school. So I've been a Deion Sanders fan since I was 12 years old, fellas. So we all here for the man. Let's go ride and championship time. How about that?
Amen. Amen. That's it.
Money was one of a kind. I mean, that voice, the energy, everything about him, just, he's a ball coach, and he was gonna hold me to a standard that might have been a little higher than my own.
Let's be humming now. Nice job, D. That's where you play run defense right there.
He was a ball coach, and he put his heart, soul, and everything into this thing, and I'm glad we can call him a champion.